yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am your host with the most, TheChronicToast, and today is a surprise bonus stream. Oh, yeah, buddy, I'm excited. I'm pretty darn stoked. And FYI, I'm just a wee little bit tired. I got about 3.5 hours of sleep last night. Nothing too super crazy, but hey, that's right. Today, for those of you that are watching live on Twitch, is a holiday, and apparently, after I logged into work this morning, I realized, hey, we got the day off, so I probably should pay a bit more attention to the calendar. But you know what? It means we get an extra bit of opportunity for content, not only to get some content uploaded to YouTube, but also to play some fun stuff here in BattleTech. I'm always looking to play this game, especially with the BattleTech Extended 3025 Commander's Edition mod that we're playing with right now. We're taking a look at the Alpha 4 version of the yet-to-be-released patch as of today, the 15th of February. Oh, man, I'm excited. I'm super, super stoked. We're going to be diving on in and seeing what we can do here. Oh, man, looks like we got some got a friend here in chat, aka Cobalt. Welcome to the adventure. Welcome to the chat. Hopefully your day, your week is going fantastic. Hopefully your weekend ended up going well as well. Let's see here. Looks like you've been bouncing between BattleTech and Valheim. Oh, man. I keep looking at Valheim. At first, when I looked at it, I go, it's just another, survival and crafting, game and all that fun stuff with a cool intentional art style. It's cool. But I keep looking back at it, and I keep wishing I had a bit more time to dedicate to a game like that, because it looks better and better the more and more I see people play it. Especially if you're playing with it, 2 to 4 other friends. So you got maybe 5 people max, I think, is what it can the current service can currently handle sufficiently. It's not an MMO or anything else like that, but it reminds me a lot of aspects that I remember seeing when I play like 7 Days to Die or other survival games, where you get a small group of friends, between 2 to 5 people, and you just go through the adventure, right? You go through the narrative, just like you would with Minecraft with a small group. You got your base, you harvest, you craft, you build, you adventure, you dungeoneer, all that fun stuff. Plus, the way the physics are set up in that game, it's pretty surprising. I really, really like how it's set up. I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I'm, very excited to see where they go with the game in the future, with future development, whether it's additional content, DLC, whatever it may be. But 2, of all the new indie developers that are going to come up with imitation-style games on that art style, on those mechanics, it means that we're at least about a year away from having probably 6 or 7 games of the Valheim style that we can pick and choose from. So whether they'll be better than the original, your mileage may vary, but it's pretty exciting. Cobalt says, first death was a tree to my head. Yeah, apparently falling trees can kill you. Apparently falling trees that then roll down hills can destroy underbrush and animals and you and bad individuals, bad guys and gals that come crawling out of the forest. It's pretty cool. I'm excited. I like what I see a lot. It looks really, really good. And man, so for ladies and gents, if you're out there watching on YouTube when this goes up here in about a week or so, post in the comment section down below. Have you heard about the game of Valheim? What do you like about it? What do you hate about it? What do you wish they would improve? And is there anything of that style of gameplay that you would like to see tied to a BattleTech style IP? I mean, think about it. How cool would it be to have a survival-based game or a construction-based game built up in a BattleTech style universe, Maybe you're stuck on a planet with an old rundown mech, maybe an agromech. You and a few friends are trying to survive. Like, how cool could that be, That'd be pretty awesome. Sarvik! Oh my gosh. Ladies and gents, one of my most favorite people throughout the whole history of the stream, and there's been quite a few favorite people, is the man, the myth, the legend himself. Sarvik has just joined us and graced us with his presence here in chat. Says, hey, Chronic, been a long time, lots of up and downs. Hopefully be able to catch some more of these. Man, hopefully your work schedule's working out for you, Sarvik. Hopefully things are going well. Oh, I know how it can be with a crazy schedule and changing priorities and stuff like that. I know you've been slowly picking through the VODs and occasionally YouTube videos and stuff like that. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully things are going well for you. It's so excited to see you here. Oh, man, that's awesome stuff. We are actually still working through our Outworlds Alliance playthrough. We just recently picked up where we left off, in a sense that we're still trying to ally with the Outworlds Alliance. We're still privateers. And you know what? We're working through some crazy shindigs. We're playing right now on a pre-release Alpha 4 version of the next BEX3025 CE patch, which I'm pretty excited about. It slightly changes some stuff up in the gameplay, and it's adds mercenary units that you can find in battle on the battlefields and planets. It's really, really cool. Sarvik says, yep, and I have a little one. Absolutely. Got a mini toast running around the house, keeping me on my toes for sure. I got like 3.5 hours of sleep. So, yeah, it's a thing. But today is a surprise holiday. Didn't realize that I had the day off until I went to go log into work, and I was like, oh, no one's here for meetings today. So, yeah. So Sarvik is asking if you're still alive in the game. As of yesterday, when we reset with a smaller pool of pilots, your fate is yet undetermined. Narratively speaking, we were battling the clans. We had to bail on out, and you got left behind. So whether you catch back up or here or whatever, that's entirely up to you and happenstance and circumstance, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, man. So I'm excited. Right now what we got is we're picking up the pieces again with some new mechs. We've got ourselves 2 Vindicators, a Phoenix Hawk, a Firestarter, a Jenner, and a Com-1B. Now, some of these armor values are lower, and that's one of the cool things that we've noticed in here, is the armor values are a little bit less. They're closer to tabletop standard, so if I want to bump up the front, it pulls it from the back, so on and so forth. And it makes combat a little bit more deadly, but it really doesn't change the pacing or the flow of combat, which I'm actually pretty excited about. I'm very happy so far with how it feels. Getting behind a mech is a bit more satisfying, especially if there are lights. You can really get lights in and around mechs and do a lot of damage, which is pretty darn cool. Now, we do have a mech that's currently being repaired. We have some pilots that are currently fatigued, and we are looking to try to get to a new location if we can. So we're going to try to go back to the star map. We're going to try to figure out where we want to go navigation-wise. Now, we're going to be putting a filter here for a one-skull planet. It's kind of where we're at. We want to make sure we get our C-bills built back up, and we can kind of go from there. I'm going to press function 1 to hide the planets that we're already in. Now, the question is, we've retreated as the clans continue to invade back in. We came back here, licked our wounds, we've prepped, and now we're going to dive right back into the frame. The question is, do we want to hop, skip, and jump along the northern route and then work our way down, or work back down through the southern route and go on over? I'm thinking we're going to try to take our best approach, if we can, to go northwest, through the Galactic North, the Galactic West, through Cretan space. Now, we are likely going to run into a scenario where we might not have that many missions available, and if that's the case, that could be devastating, but it's going to be our quickest route, I think, to try to get up there. So we'll see. But it really depends on what's available and if there's any planetary systems that are worth going in. Planet Bob apparently is a thing up here. It's yeah, that's holy wow. What name is this? Dunkelwalder Dunkelfulsen Schattenwelt, the original name, made up when the first settlers tried some plants, was unpronounceable for everyone outside the Lyran Commonwealth. So the planet was renamed in something everyone could pronounce. Bob. Gives a real good harken back to movie Titan AE. I'm sure that's not the original intention, but that's what it reminds me of. Oh, man. But yeah, Sarvik, so just so you know, I believe the last release that has you in it is up on YouTube right now, or possibly will be going up here on Friday. And your character has been kicking butt, absolutely taking names, just rock'em sock'em robots, doing amazing, amazing stuff, and just really generally being awesome. So I'm excited to try to get you back in here, into the pilot crew, which is going to be awesome. I'm really, really stoked about it. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, dude, hopefully things are going well for you. I know life can be up and down, and getting a chance to see how you're doing is always a bright point of my day, for sure. So here's the question, ladies and gents. There's not going to be any store systems up here. There could be some missions. There could be something worthwhile. Moons, pirate presence. There's really not a lot of good stuff, though, so we're not going to run into good opportunities, I don't think. This right up here is planetary government. There's 4 factions involved here, which is pretty cool. Black market, low gravity, moons, pirate presence, small population. Could work, I suppose. We're going to try to see if we can go west, and we'll see what happens. Draconis Combine, cool in, Arctic, medium. There's 3 factions here. Federated Suns, actually, surprisingly, they're operating pretty deep up into this area. Comstar presence, though, which means we might likely run across some Comstar style mechs and stuff, which is always interesting and good to see. Because, you know, we're looking for tier 2 tech if we can. We're definitely behind the times still with that. A mega city, a moderate population, rich travel hub. That's not too shabby. Now, something to keep in mind is this is 25 days away for travel. 120,000 C-bills. We're going to run into guaranteed a paycheck. So it's not just 120,000 C-bills. This is around 400,000 C-bills it's going to cost us to travel here, which is quite a bit of change of money. So the question is there anything a little bit closer? 26 days, 31 days. Down here is 26 days. Down here is 34 days. We can go all the way further back in, 25 days, a little bit cheaper, but again, not the most amazing situation. 32 days. We're pretty much looking to jump. Really not that beneficial of a situation. We're going to go back and search for a half skull, see if there's anything a little bit closer. There might be. There might be a little bit here. Former Comstar president. This is 21 days, 60,000 C-bills. That's not too shabby. Innersphere level civilization as well. Come over here and Zalif. 26 days. Again, not too bad, but it's 90,000 C-bills. It's a little cheaper. Innersphere level civilization, which is always good. Small population. You know, it's all right. This might be a pretty good dropping off point. 21 days. This might be the best route to go. Former Star League presence. Yeah, that's not so bad, actually. Everything else is a little bit further away than I would like, all things considered. 19 days isn't too bad, but again, it's abandoned. There's just not a lot going on here. Yeah. Oh, well. Cobalt says, in the back, did I miss anything? No worries. We're just trying to figure out where we got to go next. I think we're going to try to set our way going out across Cretan space back over here, possibly instead of going further south and skirting along this line. It's hard to say, honestly. It really, really, really is. I don't know. I think we're going to try to do it. We're going to try to go across the dearth of space up here. We might go broke, but I want to get back up here closer to the clan invasion action. They are the ones that, narratively speaking, kind of kicked our butt, so we want to be prepped and ready to start dogpiling into them as we get access to that situation. So what better way than fighting Cretan mechs to get cool things like PPCs and all that stuff. So we're going to come up here to Suion here, I believe. It looks like it's a border world against the Outworlds Alliance. Munitions depots were created all across the icy world of Suion here. Nowadays, the mining colonies occasionally stumble across lost tech and more, which is always good. Former Star League presence, which is nice. Half skull difficulty. And, of course, Federated Suns are here as well, surprisingly. So they're operating a little bit out of the way, which is nice. So, Tarek says, darn it, I'm a darn clanner bondsman. I mean, it depends if you break free and we can rehire you, Sarvik. That's going to be the big question here. You know, that narrative is all up to you, good buddy. So we're going to go over here. I think we're going to travel. I think this will work out just fine. And there it is. We're going to set course. We're going to travel away. Get some pilots unfatigued, get some mechs back in the action. We're going to see a financial report along the way is my guess. And it's all part of the adventure, all part of the fun. Oh, man, I'm excited. I really am liking and loving this latest version of BEX. And I don't know when it's going to be made available to the public, when that patch is going to go live. I know Harry's still working on some things. There's still some improvements, still some unique situations. I know the pilot quirks and mech quirks are still being revised. And what I'm seeing right now, I'm liking quite a bit. There's going to be a stronger affinity for certain pilots with certain mechs. So we'll see if we can get to the point where that's the case. But right now, our mileage may vary just because we have so few pilots and so few mechs. So there we go. We're finally in the middle for morale. So we're just going to leave it right there. That'll be fine. It'll definitely be A-OK indeed. And we're going to go to the fire starter. We're going to jump to that point. At least we're going to shift click on that so we can get to that mech being completed. And then we can see if we can't possibly get an LRM 10 on our other Vindicator. Because we have two Vindicators, right? So we have one that's an LRM focus, which is going to be, LRM 5s. The other one, I'm thinking of possibly putting an LRM 10 on it. It really depends. We might have to strip out some jump jets, as it were. And we'll see. But So AK Cobalt asks, will this be a save breaking patch? So I don't know the final answer on that yet, Cobalt. What I do know is the current version that I've been given is not backwards save compatible. Now, Harry's BEX3025 has been save compatible for almost the last year of all the development. And the current version that I'm playing with is not save compatible. My guess is this will not be save compatible going into the next patch, but I do not know that for sure. Harry would have the final say on that, and I haven't had a chance to have that conversation on whether he thinks he can get this to be save compatible or not. There's a significant reworking of the big map on where certain things are at. There's also a reworking of different pilots and quirk systems. Now, I don't think the pilots and quirk systems are going to significantly change or impact previous saves, but it might be something with a world map that could be an issue. So it's something to consider, but I don't really have a solid answer for it just yet. Let's see. So what do we want to do here? We have an LRM-10 that we finally picked up. Let's see, AK Cobalt says, turn the Vindy into the St. Ives build. I find it works well. What's the St. Ives build, Cobalt? I'm not that familiar with St. Ives at all. So if you have an idea or a concept on how you would do that, let me know. We either have the resources available, which is unlikely, or we can get them, hopefully, at a store to buy stuff. So over here is where we have our LRM variant, and I'm considering pulling this out and putting the LRM-10 that we picked up in here somehow. Now, that would likely mean pulling out jump jets, which we're a little heavy on tonnage, but we are doing okay. So we're going to pull the jump jets out, and we're going to pull out some heat sinks. Ooh. You know what? Scratch that. We're going to probably pull out a lot more heat sinks than this. We're going to leave the jump jets in, and we're going to come back in and get this LRM variant built back up. Cobalt says, drop the PPC and heatsink and replace it with large laser and LRM-10. Ooh. That could work out. That could work out pretty well, actually. We don't have a large laser, but I'll keep an eye out for one. I do like them quite a bit in BEX3025. I feel that they're a very versatile weapon system, which is nice. The big thing right now is the Vindicator does have the PPC quirk, which is nice. -2 range penalty for PPCs. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to pull... We're going to get the LRM-5 taken out of here. Put the LRM-10 in. We're not going to add any extra tonnage for ammo at this point. Right now, this is 120 rounds. That means I still have 12 rounds of firing. So we're more than okay on that. And we're going to start pulling out some heat sinks until our heat comes down. 4-bar heat efficiency is where I like to be in all considerations, in all honesty. So we'll pull out one more. There we go. We're pretty good to go. Pull another heatsink. Now we have an extra half tonnage here. We can put some extra stuff back in. We don't have any extra armor that we can throw onto this in any meaningful amount. So we could, if we wanted to, go in here and put another small laser or something else like that. Yeah, I pulled the jump jet. I was thinking about some extra things that we could possibly do. But we'll put it back in, and it'll be all right. Oh, absolutely. Thank you very much, Sarvik. I was thinking that I pulled a heatsink out, but you're correct. Absolutely correct. Not too shabby. So we're going to do that. We're going to leave some of the jump jets here in the C2, so even if we're a zombie mech with a medium laser, we can still jump around. We'll be all right. Nice. I think that'll work well. We've got ourselves an LRM-10 build, which will be fantastic. 5 days to complete. We will get that done just before we get there. So that'll be good. Thank you very much, Sarvik. I definitely missed that. Again, I'm working on 3.5 hours of sleep, so hopefully our tactical decisions hold up. We'll see how this goes. This should be a little bit of fun. We're going to get that Vindy squared away. And when we do that, Derry or Yang should be able to let us know. There we are. We're going to... Ooh, and we've got a second event. Oh, baby. What are we dealing with here? Minor infraction. An argument draws you into the mess hall. Data King 1 starts towards you, red-faced and scowling. Commander, I hate to bother you with this, but Served Cold is slacking off again. We're supposed to share a garbage detail, but they... Share? You want me to share? Commander, this arsehole is the reason we're on cleanup duty in the first place. He acts like he's my boss. Just last week, he filled 24 complaints with the XO and got us both on garbage detail, and he did it over nothing. An infraction's an infraction, Data King 1 sneers. If you stop messing up, I'll stop reporting you. Oh, boy. Oh, man. right off the bat, two of some of our most veteran crew members are already getting at each other's throats. You know what? We're a privateer crew. What I say goes. So, address both mech warrior shortcomings. There we are. Do I look like your babysitter? You fix each mech warrior with a stern look. Get your crap together and work this out like adults if you want to deploy any time soon. But you raise a hand to silence Data King 1. If you can't handle this petty dispute, how can I trust you on the battlefield? You shake your head. I don't want to hose you out of a cockpit. The mech warriors share a look, cheeks reddening with embarrassment now instead of anger. They both promise to work out their problems, nearly speaking up in unison. The next day, Darius pulls you aside, eyes wide with astonishment. Commander, the garbage cans are sparkling. They're downright lemony fresh. This is a miracle. What did you say to Data King 1 and served cold? You chuckle. I just told them what they needed to hear. DK has gained the following tags: dependable, which is always good. Improved panic resistance. The served cold is gained rebellious. -1 resolve. Hey, Tank here. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the adventure. Early stream today? It's a bonus stream, actually. So usually we can only stream on Sundays at 3 p.m., give or take. Occasionally we can get Fridays to stream. Yeah, apparently I have today off at work. Who knew? I logged in to go to work remotely today, and no one was there. No one was available for meetings or anything. I'm like, well, this is weird. Finally look at the company calendar. Nah, today's a holiday. So, yeah. So we're here doing some streams instead. Talk with Mrs. Toast. She's taking care of Mini Toast for a little bit, who's down for a nap right now. And I'm like, I'll sneak an extra stream in here. I want to get some more BattleTech action going on. So, and here we are today having some fun. Oh, man. We're going to continue here if that button will work. There it is. You got to be careful because sometimes you click it, doesn't go. You click it again, and then it'll go back over. Valentine's Hangover Day. That's right. Post-Singles Awareness Day, man. And for anyone that's out there, if you ever have any questions or concerns about holidays or streaming schedule, or you just want to talk about stuff like, crappy holidays, because this holiday that we had yesterday isn't always the best for everybody, hit me up in a private message here on Twitch. I'd be happy to chat with you, whether it's through voice chat, during the stream, through text, or whatever. I want to make sure that everyone has opportunities to get some stuff off their chest and, get some theories and phraseology out there if they need to. I want to make sure that we're a good, interesting and safe place to hang out for sure. Absolutely. So hopefully things went well. Hopefully if they didn't, we're helping to make them a little bit better by making terrible decisions on 3.5 hours of sleep here in BattleTech for you today, which I think we're uniquely qualified to have that be a little bit interesting. So we're going to come over here to the Mech Bay. We're going to try to get our other Vindy situated up here. Now, Sarvega talked about dropping the PPC in a heat sink to replace it with a large laser and LRM-10, which I think would be a pretty darn good build. This right here is still a fairly stock one, other than the small laser having been removed. I really would like to stick a SRM in here. Now, this right here is 2 tons. And the question is, how heavy can we put in there? It looks like it'll probably be an SRM 4 if we can, because the 6s are 3. But again, we're running pretty light. So I might try this. Pull out the LRM ammo. I think we've got SRM ammo. We do. Now, we're 1 ton a little bit heavier, and this is going to take 5 days. So, your mileage may vary, but we're just taking a look at what we can do with this. And we're still relatively cool, so we can remove a heatsink, and this would work out very, very well. I would be very, very happy with this, I do believe. Pull some heatsinks down here to the feet. Again, this increases the days, but it does, protect the legs a little bit, keeps the heatsinks more functional. The alternative that you can work with is leave the heatsinks up here and they become crit sinks. So if you get a crit to this torso, if there's other things here other than an SRM-6 or ammo, it could choose the heatsink. So that is a tactic that you could go with. So it all really depends on what you want to do. We're going to leave this be for now. We're not going to go through this because we're only 1 day away from our destination, and we could use this mech easily in the configuration it's in, but we could switch it up to a PPC SRM-6 build if we want to, or have another LRM build if we run across another LRM-10, which fits rather well. But yeah, the Vindy has a really cool quirk where it does get an extra, a reduced range penalty, which is awesome for the PPC, but it is a difficult ejection, and it only has 60 degrees of available, torso twist. So there's that. But that being said, we're going to put a day back on the clock. We're going to go to our destination. Sween here, I think is how you pronounce it. Looks like a interesting, Earth-like world. Uh, Either it's a double planetary system or it's a really big moon, one of the two. We're going to hit the continue button, and before we go to the store, we're going to see what missions are available because we are still early days again, effectively restarting. The Argo got shot to crap, all that fun stuff. And I want to make sure that we can get some contracts in here before we really commit to spending a lot of money. So Life Lesson is a solo duel. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Battle, One Skull, which is a recovery. A One Skull, which is a destroy base. Those are always a little more difficult. So we can get a few bits of missions in here. They don't pay particularly well, but they will be for, they'll do all right, all things considered. So some of our One Skulls will be okay as well. I think that'll be all right. That's right, Sarvik. That's no moon. It's a space onion. Cobble says, interesting Vindy quirk, although I do like the lore ability of that arm. Yeah, absolutely. So Carrie's come in on this latest version of the BEX3025 patch. We're playing an Alpha 4 of that patch. It's not yet released. He's gone in and changed up the quirks, making them a bit more lore compliant, making them a bit more interesting. He's working through the pilot quirks as well, which are not yet final. And so we get a chance to kind of poke around and play with some of that stuff. And already it's making me say, you know what? PPCs are all right. And especially with the way the armor has been changed in this latest version of the patch to be a bit closer to tabletop, but still very similar and familiar to what you see, in the original game and how BEX3025 has worked before. It feels accurate. PPCs really seem to feel like they still have their punch and they are very, very damaging, which I'm pretty excited about. So we have some missions here that we can take. Let's go see what we have in the barracks. What do we have floating around here? Looks like we still have one additional berth that's available. And what do we have for over in the hiring hall? We have some options here, which is pretty cool. We do have some pilots that we can hire on up. They're not particularly amazing, but that's all right. We got a few that are a number of 3s and whatnot. More than just 1 3 and a couple 2s. So we could definitely hire another pilot. The question is, if we do, who do we end up having get hired on in? We don't have anyone currently subscribed right now. We have to pick from our follower pool. And what does Kobel have to say here? While in water, it can draw water into vents of the PPC jacket for extra cooling for a shot. Yeah, that's what's kind of cool is all of these things have different unique abilities, which is pretty darn awesome. So it's always super, super cool. So let's see. What do we want to do here? Let's see. We're going to take a look at the store. Gosh, where's that at? There we go. We want to go in here into the store and dive in down that rabbit hole. And let's see, what do we have available? We have some blackjacks, some dragons, a Lancelot. I have no idea what that is. That looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool indeed. Nice. Oslo parts, trebuchet parts, AC2's ballistics. There's an Artemis 4 LRM5. There's a large laser. We got a few of those, which look pretty darn nice. Taker says Lancelot is a long-range laser sniper. Let's go back up and look at that. It's only a part, but that's pretty cool. Very light armor. Movement, melee. Oh, yeah, wow. 6 energy hard points. Oof. Sarek says he just resubbed. Oh, man. It hasn't come through on my mini feed on my side, but dude, congratulations. Awesome, man. Thank you very much for the resubscription. That's awesome, awesome stuff. Super, super cool. Yeah, it hasn't come through on my feed for some reason. I'll have to take a look at that. That might be an issue on my end. Let's see. Oh, man. Trebuchet. Let's see. Can we pull anything up on this side over here? There we go. That's the wrong one. There it is. The Lancelot did not survive the loss of Starlink technology well. With a new maximum speed of only 64 kilometers an hour, the thin-skinned Lancelot makes for an easy target for other mechs of its weight class, and the less efficient heat dissipation system makes it unable to unleash its full firepower safely and consistently. Unlockable affinities. Cool. So basically, as you get more experienced with this mech and you spend time with this specific mech, eventually you get some extra cool stuff. Heavy Mech Plus. So you can get better heat sinking. You can get additional weapon damage, which is always, always awesome. Bad reputation, 10% less buy and sell value, but it is narrow and low profile. And it's a 60-ton mech. That's pretty darn cool. I would like to pick one up if we get the chance, but I have a feeling right now, at least, it's not going to work out so well. Seawool101, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the adventure. So slow, thin-skinned, and runs really hot. Why wouldn't you want it? I mean, when you put it like that, it does sound like a pretty awesome toaster oven. Very efficient in that regard. Constantly overheating, constantly doing some killer work. Let's take a look at what we have down here. We have a large laser, LRM-20, and some ammo, and that's really about it. Gauss ammo and stuff like that down here. More machine gun half ammo. We'll buy one more of those just so we have it available. And LRM ammo, we'll pick up one of those as well. It's because early stages, we're still running a little bit short on that stuff. We have not that many heat sinks, so we'll get a few more of these just because we're going to need them. An LRM-20 I would love to buy and stuff that into something, but right now, whew, that's pretty pricey for us still. 300,000 C-bills is a lot. A large laser is also pretty pricey. We'll come back to this because there are 3 of these here. So if we get that opportunity, we'll pick that up. An Artemis 4 LRM-5. It's cool that it can do more cluster damage, but I don't know if it's worth that price. A lot of AC-20s. A lot of AC-20s here, but that's really about it. No extra equipment or anything else like that. We're in the middle of nowhere, so it's no surprise. Ammo, equipment, yeah, nothing super, super crazy. But let's see what we have here for contracts, and we'll dive in there. And then afterwards, we'll come back, take a look at the barracks and the hiring hall, and pick ourselves up our 8th and final pilot for the current version of our game. Oh, man. 64 kilometers an hour is about average for heavy mech. Yeah, that's true. Tanker says, yeah, but I think the Starleague Lancelot runs 86 thanks to an oversized XL. That is probably likely. A lot of the Starleague stuff had a lot better equipment, for sure, absolutely. The question is, do you want to go with a battle or a solo duel right off the bat? Oh, man. Solo duel. Half skull with no tonnage requirements. Actually, there might be. Let's see. There are some. We don't know what it is. Let's just see what is it? Oh, we don't know just yet, do we? We could always accept it and then back out. It's against the pirates. Let's see what it is. They tell us? Nope. Sure, we'll take the money, I guess. We'll leave it here. Why not? We're likely going to get a mech part, not just a weapon. We'll accept and we'll see what it looks like. What's the tonnage requirement? 35 tons. Okay. That's not too shabby. We do have our fire starter here to get it in punch and crunch and do some dangerous stuff, or our Jenner. I think we might actually take our quad medium laser Jenner in here. I think that'll be worthwhile. This thing is particularly deadly. So we're going to dive in. This should be okay. So we do need a pilot that's got good gunnery. Oh, Tanker says, scratch that. The Starleague Lancelot runs at 97. Oh my gosh. The 360 XL, they only go up to 400, right? That's a pretty big engine. And a 60-ton mech. I'm liking it more and more, actually. The more and more you talk about it. Oh, man, that's really, really awesome. So, Gunnery 4 is served cold or Data King 1. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. You know what? We're going to bring Data King 1 in on this. We're going to bring Data King 1 in on the Jenner. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Pilot affinities, the Vindicator. Do we know who the other pilot affinities are? Or do we have to bring them in here? See, who is usually in our Jenner? Do we know? Not really. Interesting. Well, we'll bring Data King 1 in. I'm sure it'll be fine. Kelbo says, yeah, on phone, couldn't look it up. No, absolutely. That's fine. That's fine. And Data King, yeah, 400 max. Wow, that's a big engine. That's a big engine. Well, DK, if you're out there watching at some point, whether it's live on Video on Demand or over on YouTube, I see you poking around over there. Yeah, hopefully you can pilot this Jenner well enough that we don't get too heavily damaged. Solo duel and a polar, and we are pretty decently heat efficient. So let's hit the deploy button. Let's get stuck on in. I'm going to take a swig of my diet soda here. We're going to grab a voice from the voice bag. Some people over on YouTube call me the Viceroy of Voices. And we'll see what happens. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Good soda. That's right, Sarvik. You know who it is. Oh, ladies and gents, look at that beautiful setup there of that not a moon. Beautiful blues going through, kind of just over and including stuff. Oh, sunset. This game is so beautiful. I love it every single time. There's the moonrise. Little sunny clouds popping up in the distance. Oh, man, it's so good. So, this is interesting. Objectives are teach a life lesson. Okay. There's a bonus objective that's not listed. I'm not really sure if this is going to work out the way we want it to. Hopefully, it's all right. We'll see. So it's still a 74,000 C-bills. Pick 0, get 1. Half skull. This could flex to a 1.5 skull. It's up against pirates, so this could flex to a 2 skull solo duel. Which isn't super great, but we have a pretty powerful mech. The Jenner with quad medium lasers. It's also fast, and I think it's got jump jets still. We haven't ripped those out just yet, so I think we're okay. What do we got here? A rich Cretan businessman has requested that we show his arrogant steps on what real fighting feels like. We thought breadbox privateers could help us out here. Don't hold back now. This father wants to teach a real life lesson, especially for his pirate side of the family. I have to hand it to this guy. At least he cares enough about his son to teach him a thing or two, even if that means a knock on the head or two. We'll see. Tanker says, I would assume the bonus is to keep the pilot alive. Yeah, well, fingers crossed. Zaka says, stream lags only here. Oh, man. Looks like we do have a drop in bitrate. Should be coming back up. Ooh, that is not quite sure what's going on with that. We'll hit the begin mission button, and we'll continue to see how it's going. We'll see what happens. It's looking like I might be having some ISP issues again. We'll see. I would recommend dropping it back down a little bit to see what happens. It's looking like it's going to be skipping frames rather than dropping frames, so it's likely on my end, unfortunately. The question is, what is actually going on in the background in terms of CPU usage? Not really sure. Everything seems to be going all right, but seems to be back to normal. Not really sure what that is, but I'll keep my task manager up just so that I can keep an eye on that, because I have been chasing down a few different issues. One, I had an ISP issue, hands down, a major ISP issue. The router that we had was completely borked 100%, and I've gotten that portion taken care of. But now I'm starting to see, with the latest Windows update as well as Streamlabs OBS updates, I'm seeing the occasional skipped frame on my end. And so the question is, why? What's going on? Not really sure. Oh, man, that is really weird. We'll just kind of drop a few things out that don't need to be there, and we'll get rid of those. We'll see if that clears up the streaming issue. Needless to say, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for all of the adventures, and we're going to see if we can't push on ahead and see if this slowly resolves. I'll keep an eye on where things are at, and I might need to lower my bitrate. I'm running at 3500 right now to try to get that 720p 60 frames per second. I might need to lower it down to go to 720p 30 frames per second until I can get that squared away, but we'll tackle that if and when we need to here in the future. All right. So with that, let's see what it is. Darius says, there he is, Commander. This might be a real easy job, but it's also a job all the same. Knock him about a bit, then finish things up. His dad will be happier than he'll be. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Azakis, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the adventure. I think we've caught you in the middle of the afternoon, the evening, before the sun goes down. So that's going to be a change of pace. Hopefully things are going well for you, and welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. Streaming a little bit earlier today. So we have the destroy the arrogant stepson's mech. All right. Well, how about we go full speed up here? We're just going to sprint all the way up that we can, and we'll see where they go, where they show up, how it shakes on out, and we'll tackle that in a moment or two, I think. We're going up way high. Let's see here. Henry Toppeltiff. Okay, that's a cool name. That's a cool name. So you're the rubbish my father is sending to train against, just like the other servants. Pitiful. You're in a Stinger, man. I'm in a Jenner. Not really sure what you're used to training against, but this is probably not going to go well for you at all. Yeah. Medium laser, 2 machine guns. Yeah, it's probably not going to go that fantastic. Just all things considered. So, yeah, why not? We'll get up here, stay at a certain amount of distance, and, you know, yeah, point blank range-ish. We're a little bit out of a... Oh, shoot, I didn't do the proper twist. Oh, no. Oh, no. I messed this up already. Oh, well. We'll get it figured out. Zackus is around 9 p.m. Sun goes down for like 5 hours. Fair enough. So good evening, Muscovian. Oh, man. Well, good evening right back at you, Zackus. It's pretty close to noon here right now at the moment. So it sounds like you're about 9-ish hours ahead, give or take, depending on, you know, international dateline, the tides of the moon, and whether the Transformers are currently a hot commodity in the internet or not. So let's see here. We're going to have our Jenner run over here. We're going to kind of jump around to get behind this Stinger. There we go. On the backside, armor is not very thick back here, or almost non-existent. We're going to try to do precision strike. Go through the CT, bazap. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. 3 right on through. There goes a torso. Backside is opened on up. This is going to be a pretty quick battle, I think. And just like that, we already went. So we're going to shoot him again. Oh, yeah. Boop, boop, boop. CT destroyed. Pitiful. That's what they say. You should get over his shock in a week or so, Commander. He might be sore for a bit longer. Easy peasy. Oh, yeah. Beautiful Jenner. That's right. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if we continue to have any weird stream stutters or things like that going on, please let me know. I think everything is generally buttoned up. Most of the major issues on the stream with the ISP have been ironed out. Now it's dealing with hardware that is updated and causing different issues. And so we'll just kind of work through that as we do. Right now I'm using the current NVEC new encoding method. I'm also recording this as we go through and play, which hasn't been an issue before. I've got a 20 series graphics card. I've got a i9 9900K in the computer right now. So we could be good, but we might need to drop it back down to X264, which is a bit more CPU intensive and not so much on the actual GPU. We'll have to experiment. We'll have to see how it goes and go from there. I definitely know that depending on the time of day, I seem to get a little bit better or not on issues, and I'm not quite sure why that is, but we'll see how it goes, and we'll move on from there as we do. So here we go, ladies and gents. Our Jenner worked out good. We got 10 XP for Data King 1. Everyone's still alive. Everything's all right. We got the Stinger 3G. They want to actually grab that part. We're going to refuse. We're going to keep this, and we'll be good to go. Oh, yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. Whoop, whoop. I love it. I love it. We got our first mech part. It's meaningful in any certain way, so that's good to go. Sewell 101, how is your afternoon going? Sounds like, based on what we're talking about so far, we got to get ourselves a Lancelot at some point. That sounds like a lot of fun. I think I'd be totally down for that. I just got to find one. Just got to go through and get enough parts for one that aren't going to break the bank, for sure. So we're going to go over here to the hiring hall. And Sarvik ended up resubbing. It didn't come through in the mini feed, but hopefully things are working out well for you. And let's see, who do we want to actually get for Sarvik? I think we're probably going to go with Grunt, most likely. Merchant, so we get a better chance for bringing C-bills in, as well as upgrade prices are being cheaper. Plus, it's a 2-3-3-3 pilot across the board. And If I recall correctly, Sarvik, you're going to want to focus in on gunnery, if I believe. So we're going to go ahead and hire in this particular pilot. As well, if you want to change anything on your particular pilot as we go and take a look, just let me know. Voices, face, gender, whatever it may be. This goes for anyone else that's the current pilot in our crew or wants to be a pilot here in the future. Just let me know, and we can go in and change all that stuff at any time. Absolutely A-okay. Oh, yeah. So here we are. There's Sarvik. Nice. Now, I don't think we have any XP. We don't have any XP just yet, but we'll definitely get in there and get that upgraded here before too long. So here's the question. Where do we go next? I think, ladies and gents, we take another mission. We take another mission. We continue to build our sea bills until we can actually buy a few more things. The Letter of Marque looks like it's going to be a polar battle, which is awesome. Not really sure who we're up against. We'll see. Looks like remnants of a Davian battalion, so that'll be okay. We'll negotiate. Again, going primarily for sea bills at this point in time. Pick 0, get 2. Sarvik, oh, that's right. You want a Russian voice? Yep. We'll go through and we'll get that set up for you. I might forget to remind me. Otherwise, I'll definitely catch it between streams. It really depends. Again, 3.5 hours of sleep. They do some things to the mental capacity of a person when they're really tired, for sure. So, what do we want to do? We're going to bring in our big heavy hitters if and when and where we can. Our Vindicators up here. Our Phoenix Hawk as well. So we want to get some of our best ranged pilots here to go into these. And who else do we have? We've got 2 3 gunneries. We'll bring Tank Hair down here. And on the Phoenix Hawk for now, I think we'll bring Sarvik down into the Phoenix Hawk. And we'll also bring who's normally spending time in the Jenner? Let's see. We can mouse over and we can see who's using stuff where. And we'll bring Steel Warrior back down here. Sarvik says get gun to 5 and then guts to 4, then gun. I'll see what I can do. I'll try to remember that as well. And I think that will definitely work out well. It did last time. Really, really good pilot for gunnery, which is awesome. So Served Cold Tank Hair, Sarvik with a voice changer right now. Steel Warrior, we'll come back and get that Russian voice going on. And we'll hit that deploy button. So there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Aw, yeah. Here we are, man. Oh, I'm so stoked. We're going to take another swig of soda here. We're going to grab another voice from the bottom of the voice bag, and we'll see which one we grab. Delicious, delicious stuff. What I need to do is set up a big, giant spinning wheel to go up here and get some of these voices, squared away and situated. That way we can kind of pick these a bit more at random than just kind of reach into a bag and grabbing, a piece of paper and seeing what we got. So I think it'd be a lot of fun. If anyone knows of a module that can easily do that or a widget that we can plug into slabs, let me know. There's the big giant spinning wheel. It doesn't look that aesthetically pleasing, but, we could see how that goes. So what do we have here? Destroy all the brigand units. A straight up battle, 163,000 sea bills. 50 of that is going to go towards our drop cost. Pick 0, get 2 at 1/2 skull. This could go to a 1.5 skull total difficulty.
Well, the Cretan citizens here have been suffering at the hands of a local brand of brigands, remnants from a Davian battalion that saw action in recent wars. With no prospects or funds, they've become common criminals. You are to eliminate them down to the last mech and vehicle.
Commander, we can expect to face experienced pilots and elderly mechs and vehicles, but be careful. There could be more to these bandits than Karita is letting on. Oh, baby.
We're going to get that begin mission button. We're going to see how sideways this gets. I think even if it goes pretty sideways, we'll be all right. Unless we're dealing with, let's say, an AC-20 Hunchy, which could end us pretty quickly. So, oh man. Sarvik says, no biggie. Your pilot's gone through a lot of stuff. Been very, very successful at it, so we'll see how it goes.
Enemies detected in the area, Commander. Move forward, clear them out. Remind these bandits what disciplined mech warriors can do.
I don't know how disciplined we are, but we'll make it work. Let's see. Are we backed into a corner? We are a little bit, so we're unlikely to see reinforcements coming on either of these immediate flanks. And we have a big giant valley to get down, and we have the height advantage, which is pretty darn cool. I think rather than going this way, we're going to come over the top of here, get a lay of the land, and use this cover and terrain to kind of work our way down into this valley, and we'll see what we're dealing with, and we'll go from there. Tanker says, what about a quarter armor Atlas instead? Honestly, I'd be pretty excited to go up against that because it means we could possibly get some salvage. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So we're going to sprint up here. We're going to see what we get. Anything on sensors? Nothing yet. So we're going to keep moving up until we make contact, and we'll go from there. This is the big question. What are we running into? No clue. We're going to send Steel Warrior a little bit further up here, sprinting into the forest. And there we go. We see 2 points of contact. They're definitely mechs. One of them is a Davian mech, so the other ones probably are. They're all probably most likely all part of the same lance. The big question is going to be, what are we going to tackle? What are we going to go into, right? What are we dealing with one way or the other? Oh, man. That's going to be a good question. One way to find out, though. So we're going to keep on, we're going to keep pushing on in. We're going to push forward a little bit. And we're just going to move forward, get their attention. And our Phoenix Hawk and our Jenner are going to kind of go in and raise a little bit of a ruckus while our 2 Vindies end up providing Overwatch support afterwards. And in the meantime, we're going to reserve. We're going to play the reserve game until they decide to go, which means we probably are going to end up reserving all the way back on down. And that's not the end of the world, but it's going to tell us a little bit. So if we go and they go, everything's normal. If we go and we keep going, that means they've got initiative modifier mechs over there, and that could be an issue. So we're going to send our Jenner jumping possibly. We don't have that many jump jets anymore. We're going to send them up here into the forest cover, pivoting to the right just a little bit. You see the Jenner has reduced torso twist, even though that the 120-degree arc graphic is present. So wait for that red line or different colors, depending on the settings you've got set up in your game. So there we go. We're going to run on up. No idea what that was briefly. It might have been a fire starter. Hard to say. This is a Wolfhound. What? What is this? Looks like an angry panther. I can't recall if we've run across these before. Oh. That's gross. Oh, golly gee whiz. Holy wah. That is horrifying. I mean, we can get through the armor, but oh my gosh. And it's down 50% of its armor. Holy crap. Yeah, tank care. I think I might actually take a quarter Atlas over a Wolfhound. Ugh, gross. Well, we're gonna fire away. 3 hits. Not through the armor just yet. So, yeah, a whole lot of lasers. That's like the Disco back, the Disco Hunchback's little brother is what it feels like. Oh my goodness. Like an armored Jenner. Yeah, facing our Jenner. That's not very good. That's not very good for us. We're going to jump in a little bit closer. There we go. With our Phoenix Hawk, we're going to take this risk. We're going to get the damage boost from jumping all the way in with all those 6 jump jets. There we go, screaming on in, and we're going to blast away with everything we have. Hopefully we can breach the armor. We did, but it's not enough. And we have a Valkyrie Qf down there. Okay. So the Valkyrie Qf is a solid, pretty decent mech. It's a little underwhelming depending on what you want to do with it, but it's a good support mech. It's an LRM-10 and a flamer. I usually swap out the flamer for either something else, either a small laser or more LRMs. But as far as a support mech, it's quick, it's agile, it can build up a lot of evasion pips if it wants to. It's got jump jets, I believe, and it can just continue to harass you, especially early games. So, hey, Craig 0077, how is it going, my friend? Hopefully things are going well for you. That would be really, really awesome. Welcome to the adventure. Yeah, for sure. Just typing in something over here to make sure we're good to go. There we are. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great light. Yeah. So, Wolfhound 1 is scary. I'm not gonna lie. That's definitely not something I expected to face. But we'll work with it. We'll make it work. We'll move up here. just enough to get within range of our PPC and LRM5. We've stripped the evasion pips, thankfully. So we're going to keep rolling on in with that PPC. We missed LRM5's impacting a little darn bit. Unfortunately, it's going to move. We probably should have went in with the LRM10 first. We did get them a little unsettled, and oh gosh. They're firing at the Vindicator. That might be a mistake, buddy, because now you are surrounded. Well, we'll send our other Vindicator over here with the LRM10 and the PPC, and we'll fire on down. And boom! Oh, gosh! Take care! Headshot for days! Oh, man, someone just got toasted! Holy crap! Wow! Wow! Yeah, I think that Valkyrie was right to call on reinforcements. Holy cow. Good shot, Tank. Holy crap. Crick says Harry added a quirk to the Valkyrie to make it more useful. Oh, okay, I'll have to definitely check that out. I don't think we can get access to it from here. Maybe we can. Intercept system. This unit ignores 2 charges of evasion when attacking units with LRM. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, and we are running with the Alpha 4 version of BEX3025, which is slightly newer than the one that HBFT has been running lately. It's mostly going to change with the quirk systems are slightly different on the pilot side, which is pretty darn cool. So, yeah, absolutely, Splat. That was pretty brutal. Not gonna lie. I'll take it. That's definitely something we can work with. So we're going to send our general over here to point-blank range, get in under the LRM guns, and pick up a target over here. And in the meantime, we're just going to blast away at essentially point-blank range. We're going to use Precision Strike because why not? And we're going to go for the CT. There we go, and we missed, but the torso is open, and LRM-10 is crit, which is going to decrease the accuracy of that gun, which is nice. Yeah, someone's going to have a headache after that. That's true. Cobalt, that is definitely some salvage. I would love to get my hands on some Wolfhand parts. I think we have pick 0 get 2 though, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Oh man, I'm just excited that we're getting a chance to get a bonus stream in today. It was unexpected, and it's something that I'm really stoked about. You know, being able to get in here and do a lot of fun stuff with BattleTech, especially with BEX3025 and Harry and crew, is always a treat. I love it. And I'm never disappointed going into this adventure. So, turn off one of the medium lasers. We're going to keep a medium and a small rolling just to kind of keep the best heat efficiency. And no need to overheat anything just yet. It really depends on what we're facing up against after this. Oh, the Valkyrie's going in for a punch. Oh, man. Solid impact with that big left hook screaming on in. And the flavor is going to overheat us. There it is. We are effectively making Pop-Tarts, ladies and gentlemen. Toaster status is engaged, so if we're hot, we might as well just keep on piling on in. Why not? Vindicator, we're going to get down here a little bit more out of the PPC range, but out of the LRM range, but we do have that -2 penalty for range, so our PPCs are still going strong. We're going to keep launching all of our stuff away. There it is, left torso, left arm destroyed. That is a pilot injury for days. There it is. The pilot is finally getting pushed up to stress. And Tank Hair is going to slowly walk on down from the ridgeline with that LRM-10 on board and launch away. Boop! CT destroyed. Tank Hair is just killing it with that PPC. Ladies and gentlemen, Tank Hair for the win. 2 shots, 2 kills. Holy crap. Wow. Well, we'll send the Jenner up to say hello. We'll get here in the forest a wee little bit. What are we dealing with? No idea what that is. This is a Javelin 10N. Pretty standard, pretty staple mech. It's pretty A-okay. There we go. 1 shot. Just enough. Steel Warrior ripping open that CT. Revealing all of that armor being ablated away upon laser impacts. The question is, what is this mech? I don't know what it is. That's a lot of SRMs. The question is, what could it be? It could be a Locust, an SRM Locust possibly. We'll see. And no, it's a Valkyrie QA. So it's actually LRMs. Those are not SRMs. Let's see. We'll go up here to the laser. Oh, which one do I want to go for? 64 or 39. Yeah, we'll go for the better chance to hit over here. It'll be fine. It'll be all right. Boom! Large laser bazapping on in. There we go. Nice little uniformity there. And midriff showing, arms ripped off just about from a t-shirt standpoint. And we're going to send Tank Hair up here with that LRM-10 and that PPC. Can he make another kill? Misses a good critical section, but we do get the pilot stressed on out, and that's going to be very, very helpful. We'll see if Served Cold can get in here and finish off this particular mech. And once we do that, then we can then go focus in on that other that other Valkyrie that's over there. This Javelin is proving to be very, very resilient, which is ultimately not going to save him, but it is going to potentially cause us a little bit of grief. And at the end of the day, I think it's a risk that we're willing to accept. So we're a little hot. We're going to send Sarvik in here to melee away. Why not? We'll see what happens. Is Sarvik's melee skills good? Oh, we miss. We do at least have a small laser zapping on in. Boop, and there it is. Left torso, left arm destroyed. Pilot injured for sure. And there they go, bailing on out. Sarvik getting the first kill in the new mech in the new version of our playthrough. Good job, Sarvik. Oh, yeah. So here we go. Steel Warrior coming on up. Trying to get on the backside, I think, if we can. Shooting through the rear armor is always beneficial. We're going to try to do a precision strike on that. Go through the rear CT. Here we go. Ripped on open, and not quite enough to make the mech detonate, but we have put them into a really, really bad position. And that's all right. That works out for me. Firing away with everything we have. There we go. LRM-10 screaming on in. Stripping a little bit more armor. Nothing super crazy. Served Cold. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. We are doing a bonus stream today. It's good to see you. It's very, very good to see you. You're doing some definite work. And speaking of which, you might get the kill here, which is going to be fantastically cool. Here we go. Zapping on in. PPC. And not quite enough, but we are stressing out this pilot a decent amount. We're going to send Sarvik in here again to punch and crunch away one more time. Lose a little bit more heat. Oh, baby. Right torso, right arm destroyed. That's another pilot injury. Small laser zapping on in. And panic level critical. Yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned. Yep. Getting him with a little guy, absolutely. Tank Hair, you've gotten 2 kills, a headshot already, and just some more stuff with the PPC action going on. That's impressive. There it is. Steel Warrior going for the melee kill with the Jenner. CT destroyed, pilot incapacitated. And just like that, we've done a decent job, got ourselves some C-bills, and we got ourselves 2 pieces of salvage as well. The question is, what do we end up getting out of this? Not really sure, but we're going to give a good chance to see what it is. So 100,000 C-bills. Our Phoenix Hawk took a little bit of internal damage. Nothing too serious. We can just paper mache over that. Medium laser and LRM. So no mechs, but we did get some pieces that we needed because we have no medium lasers. And we only had 1 LRM ammo for sure. With that, let's keep seeing where we're going with this. That's one of the questions, right? It's always the question on who do we have next on deck for pilots? Where do we have missions available to go? And can we get enough done to make it work? I'm fingers crossed. I'm hopeful. I'm very, very hopeful that we can make this, work through the scenarios, work through the adventures. And I think it's definitely something that we could tackle for sure. So let's see. Do we have any pilots that are unfatigued? I think we've got another round of pilots that are ready and rearing to go. Do we have our Phoenix Hawk ready to go? We'll repair it. It'll take 1 day. No worries there. We'll put a day back on the clock. That'll be all right. Go up here to the 13th. There we go. And let's see what we have for missions again. Oh, man, Tank Hair. Yeah, absolutely. The Wolfhound would have been glorious. Oh, so much energy weaponry on that thing. It's just gross. just absolutely gross. So we have some 1 skull missions left. We have a recovery, which, yeah, this could go to a 2 skull. This could be particularly dangerous. We also have a cease and desist, which is a destroy base. These could be very dangerous based on the turrets if they are available. So we'll see. We're going to try the embassy extraction. We're going to try to get in and get out. If we can, we're going to try to get some good salvage out of this, but looks like we're going to be down to pick 0, get 3, because we are prioritizing C-bills because we are below 1.5 million. So we'll see. This is going to be for the Fed Sons against the Draconis Combine, who we're slowly getting, some reputation back with, and that's all right. We're going to hit that accept mission button. We're going to dive on in, and we're going to see who is available for missions. We're just going to start bringing them down just because why not, and we will go from there. Tug, Boba, and Toast looks like are going to be our 4 missions of pilots here. Toast likes to punch things, but unfortunately is our highest gunnery pilot right now. So, we're gonna roll with it. We'll see what happens. I'm sure it'll be all right. See, Harry spent some time in the Vindicator, whereas Tug spent time in the Phoenix Hawk. Hamster of Wrath has spent time in the Jenner, and Toast has spent time over here in the Vindicator as well. So it should be all right. Cobalt says spoiler mission. Not really sure what that means. Hopefully it's not too bad for us. Fingers crossed. Polar, 1 skull difficulty recovery. We'll see. We're gonna dive on and hit the deploy button and cross our fingers that nothing too horrible happens. We'll see. Toast, Harry, Tug, Bobo, and Hamster of Wrath are going for a ride. If we're lucky and if we're skilled enough on 3.5 hours of sleep with our decision making, we will be able to get these pilots and these mechs in one piece back from that particular adventure. So we'll just have to wait and see how this goes. And, fingers crossed. Retrieve the VIP and escape. It's going to be a recovery, 150,000 C-bills. So we have about 100,000 C-bill profit at the end of the day. Pick 0, get 3, 1 skull. It could flex to 2 skulls, which could be very dangerous. Oh, man.
One of our VIPs is in a Davian facility on Sween here. We need to get her off-world, but the building is surrounded by Korean forces. You will sweep aside the opposition, recover our VIP, and transport her to a designated landing zone for extraction. I say you better be prepared for opposition. The Korean units surrounding the embassy won't let you extract our personnel without a fight. Payment will be issued when you deliver our VIP alive, and I say again, in one piece. The enemy has to be expecting an attempt to break their siege, so there will be a significant resistance.
Oh boy, Darius. That's great. The mission available, there is a spoiler mission. Okay. We'll have to check that out. I don't know what that usually means or entails. So we'll have to take a look at that. If it's good, we can potentially consider going after it. Assuming we've got the mech tonnage to make that mission work without it being too painful. We'll see.
All right. This should be a straightforward retrieval mission. Get in, acquire the VIP, and get back out again. The target you're recovering is a Davian VIP. She's trapped in a building that's surrounded by Korean forces. You'll need to engage them to get her out. Once you have the VIP in hand, get her to the designated landing zone for extraction. Okay, so we got to push in, push through. We'll be all right. Good hunting, Commander. Oliveira out.
So the question is, how many Panther 9Rs are we going to run into? I'm hoping not a lot. They're very, very painful. We're not really in a corner either, so we're going to push in. We're going to push through. We're going to see how this goes. PPCs are a lot more dangerous in this Alpha 4 version of the next patch of BEX3025 because your rear armor is not nearly as thick. The armor values are closer to tabletop availability. So the front portions of the mech, everything else is generally pretty tanky. But, we'll see. Oh, that's right, Sarvik. So Sarvik is saying that spoiler missions are 2 lances fight each other and we can just clean up. That sounds fantastic. I like that. There's a lot of opportunity for C-bills as well as salvage there, if we're lucky. So, ladies and gents, people of all ages and everybody else that's in between, buckle up. It's going to be an adventure. Oh, man. This could be very, very, very painful and very bad. I'm expecting a lot of Panther 9Rs if we're unlucky. We're going up against Karita. I know it's 30-52. I don't know if Panther 9Rs are that prevalent, but especially in backwater worlds, I'm expecting they will be. And those PPCs can pack a punch.
Oh, man.
All right, well, we're gonna sprint on in. Possibly. um, we're gonna reserve. We're gonna play the reserve game all the way down. We're gonna see what all the pieces on the board decide to do, and we're gonna try to outmaneuver these individuals as we can. Move last and then move first and get in. Looks like we got a vehicle of some sort. We also have a mech of some sort. We're not quite sure what they're doing. Mechs are moving somewhere, and we still have one that hasn't moved just yet out there. So we're gonna send the Phoenix Hawk jumping far, far forward. Can we do this from cover? It doesn't look like it. So we're just gonna do it out in the open. Why not? Oh gosh, there's a Stinger. Okay, and a Panther 10K. Oh boy. Artemis 4 SRM and an ERPPC. Oh man, they're down 50% of their armor, so at least there's that. Yeah, we're gonna shoot the Panther. That sounds like that's the smart thing to do. CT's opened up, already unsettled. There's one Panther that we got to deal with, so that's not super fantastic. Yeah, plus it's a 1.5 skull good chance for a medium on that spoiler mission. Okay, yeah, definitely. We can definitely dive into that. I think that'll be worthwhile. We're going to sprint on up. We're going to try to get in and out with our Jenner. It's the fastest mech we have, at least on the ground. Phoenix Hawk is probably going to be the fastest through the air. We're going to see Toast if they can't get up here a little bit closer. And the biggest issue will be trying to get these Vindicators out of this combat zone in any meaningful manner. So we're going to launch some LRMs this way. Maybe we'll get lucky and pop that CT. I doubt it. There's 51 damage and 51 internal structure in there. We're very, very much unlikely to get in there and wreck that, but we're going to keep jumping a little bit, getting closer and closer. That's going to be the quickest way to get through this area, and we're just going to keep lobbing LRMs and missiles that way and see what happens. So, yeah, the Panther 10K, when you really need to reach out and touch somebody, absolutely. Oh, man, I'm not too worried about the Stinger unless it gets in our back arc, and unfortunately, that's probably what's going to be happening here pretty darn soon. There's a vehicle up there. We're going to move up here into cover, pivot to the sides, and we could shoot at this. We're going to keep working on the Panther again. We're going to shoot everything we can at this. Just going for the CT on it. This needs to go away. Go get him, Tug. Come on. I mean, we hit with that stuff, but we needed to hit with that large laser. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. Can we jump in any meaningful way? Not really. We're going to get up here. We're going to pivot. Keep at least one of our portions against the vehicle. I don't really know what the other vehicle is. It's in a bad spot. You're in the designated area. Hold position and recover our VIP. Yeah, I'm sure they really want to get on board a Jenner. And we're going to try to just wreck into this Panther. If we can remove that ERPPC, that's going to help at least. We did some damage. Not enough. We're just stripping armor. It's still in one piece.
Critical hit, Commander.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, the Panther is going over this way to shoot us in the face. That's okay. We can handle that. It's not shooting our Jenner. Taker says there's a Panther with an AC2 instead of a PPC. Well, what else does it have? Is it just an SRM4? You have a really long range with the AC2, which is cool. But I don't know if is there anything else that you can back up with that? I don't know. We're going to jump a little bit closer, getting into direct line of fire range on this Panther. Continuing to rock'em sock'em robots, LRMs, everything. There it is! Harry78 getting the kill. Bada bing, bada boom. The man, the myth, the legend himself. Somebody got toasted. I love it. I love it. I love it. Pegasus missile. Oh, no. Oh, no. Triple SRM6s in the back. We got very, very lucky with our evasion pips, chat. Oh, boy. We got very, very lucky. Can we jump up here and get some direct line of fire on at least one of these mechs? We can, so we're going to do it here. We can't go after the missile carrier in any meaningful way. With an LRM-5, we're not going to get enough damage in, but we can go up for this. And again, we're going to keep firing the LRM-5 until we're lower on ammo, and that'll be all right. Stripping evasion pips all along the way. Taker says, nope, just an AC-2 and an SRM-2. Oh, chat, there's a Hetzer. Oh, boy. I hate Hetzers, man. We have the asset. Good, because this is a Hetzer with an AC-20 that could just completely dynamite everything on that mech. Yeah, we're gonna sprint as fast as we can. Um, there we go. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Nothing to worry about. It's all good. Golly. Oh, there we go. I think our mediums can definitely handle this. I think we'll be all right, assuming that we can get that mech out of here. That's a stinger. Golly. Well, we're gonna move up here and try to work on this Hetzer. It's a little bit of a dangerous move, but it needs to go away. This is an AC-20. And there it is. Whew. Tug, thank you. Golly gee whiz. That was good. That's right. That's right. Kill it. I mean, triple SRM6s in the back arc is not good. That's very, very bad for us. But an AC-20 to anywhere on our light mechs or even these 45-tonners, I'd argue is worse. That is not something I particularly want to deal with, but we're going to turn around and stomp on this mech. Hopefully, or this V, hopefully it's enough. There it is. Structure exposed. Vehicle destroys. Good job, Harry. Oh, yeah. Our back is exposed, but it'll be all right. So where do we got to go here? We're going to go this way, turn around, get some shots going in. The LRMs, we're going to turn those off right now. Everything else we're going to fire away because why not? And we miss. No surprise there. Long-range mech platforms, tackling a Stinger in close combat. We're going to have to bring our Phoenix Hawk back to deal with it, and I think that'll be fine. I think that'll be just about A-okay. So we're not going to move we're not going to move Hamster of Wrath just yet. I think they're okay with where they're at. Could be famous last words, but we are going to get up here. We are running a little bit hot, and we're going to turn off the small laser and be all right. So a large and two mediums, bazap, bazap, all into the backside. There goes a torso. That is a pilot injury for sure. That is not going to be a good day for that particular recruit in that Stinger. Absolutely not. And we're going to get a Hamster up here. We're going to hang out, and hopefully there's no reinforcements just over this hill. Looks like we're good. I'd hate to roll up there and all of a sudden go blap right in the face.
Ready for order.
Harry 78. Yeah, we're going to go in for the melee. We're going to see what happens. 55 damage could be a lot if we do hit. Boom! CT destroyed. Got that big extended left hook out there, just crunching it on in. Sumar says we're good to go. She's going to pick us on up, and mission successful. Nice, 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 nice. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we got ourselves a nice little 100,000 C-bill boost and bonus, which is pretty darn good. And we're going to get a little bit of salvage as well. The question is, what do we get our hands on? We got a Stinger part. We have an AC-20. Ah, yes. I would love a Panther 10K part instead, but this, we can put that on something. I don't know what yet can actually handle that in any meaningful manner, but we have one, and we're going to use it at some point because that is fantastic. I'm excited about that. That's going to be really, really useful. It's going to be really awesome. Absolutely, for sure, it's going to be fantastic. And you know, Chad, I'm starting to realize some of the reasons I may be skipping the occasional frame is I've got a platter drive that I'm recording to. I'm wondering if it might be dying. That would suck, but that is a concern. It's pretty old. It's about 9 years old, and I'm using it for recording right now. Something to look into off stream. That could be an issue to consider. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, all our pilots are fatigued on out. We're going to have to wait at least 5 days, it looks like, so that means we can do some really cool stuff here in the Mech Bay to convert over this other Vindicator. And we don't have a large laser. We have a UAC-10 that we can stick in something at some point, which would be pretty darn cool. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull out the LRM-5, the LRM ammo. We're going to put in a single SRM-6, and we're going to put in some SRM ammo as well. Make that work. And that's 5 days right there. We could just pull out a heatsink, call it a good. We still have really good heat efficiency. We're already maxed out on jump jets. We are going to move a heatsink over, and we're going to leave these heatsinks here. The reason being, normally I'd love to put these in the legs. That way we can at least make sure that at the end of the day, you know, we're going to keep our heat sinking capabilities. But even if we lose half of these, we're going to be fine. We're going to be just A-okay. And so we'll leave at least 2 here to kind of help with crit seeking. That way, if we do get a crit in that torso, it's one less thing that we can see going in against that SRM ammo. I think that'll be all right for sure. Actually, let's just leave it in over here. Why not? How much heat does an SRM6 produce anyway? 12 heat? That'll cover that. And this will still cover most of what we got over here. I think it'll be fine. We'll leave that here for crit seeking. That way we've got a few extra things here in this torso. It would be a huge bummer if we lost that many heat sinks, but at the same time, you know, we'll be well situated to kind of eat some crits if we get into that side and the SRM ammo isn't going to go nuclear. So this will work out well. I think we can definitely make this work. We'll get that in the queue for 1,950 to upgrade that. Put some time back on the clock. 5 more days is what we need. That's going to work out just fine. So here we go. There goes day 1. There goes day 2. There goes day 3, day 4, and day 5. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Yang. We got that squared away and ready to rock and roll. What do we have for missions? So there was a spoiler here it looked like that we were talking about. So Craig says, I've been having a similar issue with the latest official release of BEX where polar biomes slow the frame rate down a lot. I thought it was due to me using mob CAC compatibility mod, though. So I'm not really having frame rate issues, so I'm not dropping frames in the game or going up to Twitch. What we're running into is an encoding issue, because when I'm actually going and encoding, I'm encoding the stream for Twitch. I'm also encoding the game for my hard drive. So it could be that the newer version of Windows that we upgraded to is causing an issue. The newest version of Streamline's OBS could be causing an issue as well. That's definitely a very likely possibility. Or on my end, the new NVEC new encoder isn't as compatible with either of those 2 previous things we just mentioned, or my actual hybrid platter SSD drive is failing. It's a pretty old drive, and if that's the case, having read-write issues, that can actually slow down the ability to encode everything, which then forces the games to make decisions on where things get going. So I'm not seeing any dropped frames, which is good, because that was the previous issue that we resolved with a router increase and improvement. This is definitely a very likely an encoder issue. So we'll see how that goes. I could potentially try dropping down from 720p 60 frames per second, dropping my bitrate down a little bit and only going with 720p 30 frames per second, which would be fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But that might be something that we try for the next time we stream. And if that resolves our problem, we'll just live with that until we figure out what the next situation is that we got going on. Everything that I record anyway is getting recorded at 1080p regardless for YouTube. And so I'm not too worried about it. So Craig says, for me, it seems the video is jumpy. Sometimes it can be jumpy. It depends on if we're dropping frames. I don't know if we can change this on the fly. That might be a bridge too far. We'll see. So yeah, I can't change these streams while we're streaming. So something I'll definitely tackle for the next time that we go through this. It's either going to be an encoder issue, a bitrate issue, or something else that's going on in there that's going to be causing a problem for us. So one thing at a time. It's all part of the adventure that we've worked through and figured things out. And, we'll work through it. Definitely for sure. One thing at a time. Everything here is, if at anything, at a minimum, it's always exciting. It's definitely not not boring for sure. So, chat, you're talking about spoiler mission. Yeah, we can definitely take this on, I think. The big question is going to be, are we going to get wrecked? Because, 1, this is a 1.5 skull, so this could flex to a 2.5 skull mission. In addition to that, this could flex additionally, because of pirates, to a 3 skull full-on mission. Now, the big thing here is we're going to be taking pay primarily. And simply because of where we're at, pick 0, get 3, it's a bummer. There's going to be pretty decent salvage here. But the C-bills are what we need to get where we got to be. And that's definitely going to give us the ability to be a bit more cavalier with our missions. So we're going to take it. We're going to try it. And fingers crossed, it doesn't go too horribly wrong. This is definitely something that we're going to try our hand on. And we're going to see how this goes. So we've got Data King, Served Cold Steel Warrior, and Tank Hair. The question is, where do they go? Where do they usually like to hang out? And we'll get that situated in a second. Data King is going to be hanging out over here. Same thing with Served Cold here in the Vindicators. Everyone's generally doing all right. I think Steel Warrior likes to hang out in the Jenner, if I recall. All right. And Tank Hair likes to hang out in the Phoenix Hawk, I believe. Yeah, Phoenix Hawk or a Vindicator. Not too shabby. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to press that deploy button. We're going to see how crazy and zany this gets. And fingers crossed, it doesn't get too bad. We'll see. Here we go. Oh, man. I'm going to reach down to the grab bag of voice and grab another voice from the bottom of that bag. And, yeah, get a little swig of soda as well. Oh, man. Such good stuff. It's not good for your teeth. It's not good for you. Diet soda is at least better than the sugared stuff, but still, the carbonation. Oh, baby, that is where it is at for days and days and days. Oh, man. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Oh, do it. Yeah, that's right. So one thing I got to do too is chat, essentially since we do have some of these loading screens that do pop up from time to time, I definitely need to get in here and make some really cool graphics, either as a transition page, or we can kind of talk through this, or we can get some really cool, GIFs or GIFs or however you want to pronounce it, going on and doing something slightly different. These loading screens are getting a little bit more excessive, and so I'm curious why that is, because this was happening even on my previous version of BEX3025. And we played with that for months before certain upgrades. So I'm not really sure what's slowing things down. My guess is there are resources being potentially taken away, either by slobs, either by Windows updates, of which there have been 3 since we've seen any changes majorly, or the newest encoder that I'm using isn't working out that well. So I might go back to, instead of using the GPU encoder, I might go back to the CPU encoder, which would potentially be where we would have to go, which is going to be the X264. It's a lot more resource intensive, but I'm only seeing 20 to 40% CPU usage at the high end when I'm playing and streaming. So we might go back to that. We're going to try a few different things on when we're streaming, and we're going to slowly get to a good known state and then start poking back around to see how it goes through and works out. So fingers crossed. Oh, man, look at that. Look at the beautiful clouds down there. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a nice, nice day. Mr. Moon Prime, welcome to the adventure. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to our bonus stream for today. Oh, man, I did not expect to get a vacation day today, but we did. So I logged into work remotely, and there was no one there. There was no one at meetings. I was like, this is weird. I started looking at the calendar, and it's like, oh, today's a paid vacation day. Well, shoot. I'm going to go play some BattleTech, and that'll work out just fine. Long time no see. Hopefully things are going well for you. Kobo says, when the second lance showed up, fall back and let them duke it out. Absolutely. So we're going to see what we can do here. Destroy the pirate and unknown hostile lance. This is a 1.5 skull mission. This could flex to 3 because pirates. We'll see how it goes. Commander, we've been tracking a pirate lance moving through a contested area of the planet's surface. A few hours ago, our scouts reported another lance of unknown allegiance or an interception course. We suspect a fight is brewing, and we'd like you to act as a spoiler. Eliminate the pirate lance and the unknown ambushers as well. We don't want to leave any witnesses, and we could stand to gather that loot up ourselves. That would be fantastic. It might make sense to hang back and see how badly they bloody each other before leaping into the fray. Darius, those are Kobol's words and advice exactly. And I think that's going to be a very, very potent strategy, assuming we don't get wrecked right off the bat by something horrible. So, begin mission. Let's see what happens. How sideways is this going to get? It could be bad. It could be bad. Oh, Moon says, you got this. Just channel your inner opportunistic pirate and shank him in the back. That's true. We are technically privateers, so we are sanctioned pirates, as it were, for the Outworlds Alliance. So, you know what? That's all right. Works out just fine. And we're working for him, too, right now. Moon says, surprise vacay days are nice. Yeah, especially when you can take advantage of them. Surprise vacay days where you're like, well, crap, I don't have anything I can do to deal with this. Those aren't as much fun for sure. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll deal with it. We'll rock on roll through, and we'll see how it goes.
You're approaching the interception point, Commander. Our primary target, the Pirate Lance, is in this area. The unknown enemy force was last seen here. Good luck, Commander. Oliveira out.
Well, let's see where we're at. The corner's over here. Not the best opportunity to flank around, though I think we still can. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can walk up and over this way if we need to kind of stay away from these. When you get eyes on and then back the crap out. And we do have some opportunities to break line of sight back here if we're lucky, or continue to bail on out this way if we need to. So we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see what happens. And one thing leading into the other, you know, it's gonna work out just fine. So, oh man, where's Steel Warriors? The Jenner is gonna be the fastest one potentially, unless the Phoenix Hawk can get further than that. And Tank Hair is the one that's gonna be jumping there. The Phoenix Hawk can get further than that, so we're gonna jump the Phoenix Hawk up here. Boop. Doing all right. And we're gonna send the Vindicators over here this way. We're just gonna kind of hang out in the back, doing what we can. One thing at a time. Once we get eyes on, we're going to back up. So, there it is. Got a Leopard on radar, Commander. Looks like it's making a drop. I'll mark its LZ for you. There it is. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we just back up and let the fighting happen. They're coming our way. We really don't want to deal with that right now. So, we're going to send Tank Hair jumping on back. Boop. We're just going to hang out. And then we'll brace. Then we're gonna send Steel Warrior, hopefully back before they get eyes onto him. Here we go.
Commander.
And we're just gonna kind of sprint back around this corner and hang on. Say no, not interested. Hopefully they'll land, do their thing, and we're just gonna reserve all the way on down. We're gonna let them duke it out and fight. I wish we could get like a probe sent up to get eyes onto those mechs, because I would really love to see that fight kind of kick off and brew up. But you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. So, all right, here it is. Hey Darius, I'm seeing new heat signatures on the field. Are mystery tangos, I'm guessing? Oh, there's at least a locust in there. What are those? What is that? There's a locust. Is that that might be a Lancelot? I don't know what that is. Something. Interesting indeed.
That's affirmative. Looks like Tory and livery. Take them down as well, Commander.
All right. That'll be all right. We'll deal with that as and if we run across it. So how's everybody doing? We got a chat full of amazing people, some amazing regulars. We got some new people lurking around. It's A-OK. Waving hi to you out there from the middle of the future and the past, wherever it is that you're viewing this from. And as always, if you're watching this on video on demand, hopefully it's coming through just fine for you. If you're watching this over on YouTube when it goes up and it goes live, hello from the past to your future and the present. Hopefully things are going well. For us, again, it was a surprise vacation day today. So, you know, that's working out just nice. We're getting a bonus stream in here, having a lot of fun with it. You know, getting a few extra episodes into the bank for YouTube, which is always good. But really just getting a chance to dive into the newest version of BattleTech Extended that we're playing with right now, which is always a lot of fun. So if anyone is curious and you want to pick up the most recent released patch of BEX3025, you can find it there at their link to the Nexus Mods page. If you have questions and you want to dive into more information, you can always go over to their Discord page, which is linked there inside the Nexus page. And you can get some detailed conversations going on there about what's compatible, what's not, what changes are coming, what's currently in the mod, the game, things of that nature. And if you want to see past episodes of all of our shenanigans, you can go over to my YouTube channel, or you can just search for TheChronicToast, all one word. It'll be the first one that pops on up. And you'll see all sorts of back catalogs. We've got hundreds of hours of pirate-focused playthroughs here in BEX3025. We've got also stuff regarding breakdowns of the different flashpoints in the vanilla gameplay, including some of the Alliance missions, as well as other cool shenanigans and things that are going on over there. Mech Warrior Online, War Thunder, you name it, we've got it. Coming up today, for those that are live here, you're going to see an episode going live today for our first review of a game called Into the Breach, which looks like a puzzle battler for mechs, but it's really not. It's an interesting gameplay scenario. So that'll be going up live in about 4.5 hours from now. For your local time, adjust accordingly. But at least for ourselves, BattleTech Extended 3025 Commander's Edition is one that I keep coming back to every single week that I can. It's a really, really well put together mod. It's stable, it's smooth, it's got depth to it, and I cannot thank Harry78 enough for all the work that he's put into wrangling this whole thing together. Really just making this just absolutely pop, making everything work, and continuing to develop and work on this as well. This is one of those things that I'm very, very appreciative of for him putting together for us, which is really, really awesome. And it is what it is. So Moon says, Into the Breach is a fun game. It can be quite difficult. Absolutely. One little mistake and it punishes you hard. I really originally I panned this game for almost the past 2 years. I got it originally for free through Epic Game Store. Like, they give out their weekly games for free. And it's one of those situations and scenarios where I looked at it and go, I don't want to solve puzzles. It's cool. It's got a mech gimmick to it. I don't want to deal with that. I want to shoot big stompy robots. But I finally installed it. I took a look at it probably a week ago, and I realized this is not a puzzle battler. This is a really awesome mech engine builder. Effectively, you're building combat engines and strategies and synergies. You're upgrading things. You're going through things and decisions that you have permanence depending on what you decide to do and how it works. And it's really, really enjoyable. And you can unlock a certain island at a time, usually about half an hour. And each one of those includes 5 to 7 different battles. And each battle takes 5 minutes. And so if you're looking for a popcorn-style game, I'm just going to fire this up, get a quick battle or two in. Oh, Mini Toast needs to do something. Or, oh, I need to log off and do something else, work or school-related or whatever it may be. You can save it and come back to it later. And the aesthetics are really, really nice. I'm liking it a lot more than I expected, which is pretty cool. And Moon, you're right. The different units that you can get all have superior, unique play styles. So you can punch stuff, you can shoot stuff, you can ram stuff, you can move enemies into different areas. It's just really cool. So I'll have a inaugural video up of that, going through the initial playthrough, the initial setup, as well as completing the first island here in about 4 hours on my YouTube channel. So I highly encourage you to go and check it out if you're at all interested in the game Into the Breach. It's pretty impressive. I did not want to like it, but the more I've played it, the more I realize, yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's a nice way to waste time, and I don't feel like I've wasted time while wasting time, if you know what I mean. It's one of those things where I log in, I do a thing, and I'm good. I could go waste time playing Minesweeper or Solitaire, or watching just random television, but at the end of the day, you don't really feel accomplished. The thing you did, and it was done. With Into the Breach, it's packaged in a really, really good game package that is very efficient, it is very light, and it's very, very fun. A lot of fireworks going on out of line of sight. I know. I really want to poke over there and see what's going on, but at the same time, I don't want them to shoot at me. And, it is what it is. And at least the unknown hostile lance is 50% taken down. Apparently, those pirates are pretty tough. We still have no eyes on what they actually look like, so fingers crossed it's not going to be too horrible. And they'll be softened up for us to get in there and get a really nice C-bill payment. I would really love to be able to launch like a sensor probe or something to get over here and really just kind of see what's going on. So, 1 Taurian down already. Yep. And it looks like 50% of the lance is taken care of. So what that means is, yeah, it's going to be, I don't know. The pirates might have this one. They might lose another pirate mech. We'll see if the Taurians can actually focus fire down on this. But pirates seem to be pretty brutal here in this particular situation. A lot of firepower coming in. It's now 4 versus 2. Oh, we'll see. Lots of light shows, a lot of stuff going on. So I do have a question for chat, whether you're here in Twitch or whether you're watching this over on YouTube on demand, or, on the video on demand here on Twitch itself. Post in the comment section or the chat down below, or message me over on Twitter if you get the chance. You can find me on Twitter at TheChronicToast, all one word. So here's the question. The last time you've taken a spoiler mission, whether it's in this mod or something else, what was the surprising set of mechs that you ran against? Did you run across an Atlas taking on some other things? Did you run across a lance of, Comstar mechs? What was the most interesting, unique thing that you've tackled going through this adventure? For myself, I think I had 1 medium and 3 lights. This is about a year ago in our pirate playthrough, episode 10 to 15, somewhere in there. You can go find it over on the YouTube if you want to sift through a lot of content. But at the end of the day, it was an awesome versus a Banshee. And it was not something that I really readily expected. And unfortunately, we got a little too close. We aggroed both of them. It was a very painful experience. And I think that's when we first lost our first melee locust build that we had. It got legged and it got detonated pretty quick. It was a pretty painful adventure, as it were. So for anyone that's out there that's gone through this sort of mission before, what was the craziest combination of mechs that you've tackled? Whether it's through this with spoiler or potentially, Titan attack or something like that. Clans? Oh, Sarvik, are you serious? You ran into clans in a spoiler mission? Were they against each other, or was it Intersphere versus clans? Because that sounds like that would be surprisingly one-sided and probably very, very painful. Oh, man. Oh, there's only 1 Taurian mech left. Oh, gross. Looks like we're going to be dealing with a full pirate lance. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. A lot of damage coming in. Oh, more parts falling off. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're dealing with a single pirate lance left. Not good. Not good. We can continue to fall back, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to fall back and make them come to us, and we'll just kind of work through that adventure. We're going to have our own Vindicator jump on back as well. We'll keep moving back. Timberwolf versus a Marauder? Oh boy. 1, that's cool. That's really cool. 2, oh man. That sounds a wee bit scary if you ask me, all things considered. Intersphere versus clan. Oh man. I'm assuming the clan won just based on, 4v4, 4v5. That's my guess if I had to guess. That's what happened, but did you get caught up in the middle of that match? Oh, dude, that sounds a little bit. That sounds scary. That sounds like it's going to be a very, very bad day. Moonwinds Prime says, in BattleTech Advanced 3062, I had a spoiler mission with clans versus Comstar, and Comstar brought big guns. Nightstar, Royal Highlander, and a Clan Buster Archer. Oh, that is fluffy as all get up, Moon. That is very thematic. That's cool. Imagine just stumbling into a battle where Comstar shouldn't have mechs, and they're fighting the clans of all things. I would just kind of like grab the popcorn and watch. That sounds amazing. That sounds literally amazing. Oh, wow. Well, we're going to try to bait these mechs in if we can. Hopefully they get a little bit closer. It might be 1 more turn yet before we go down that road completely, but we'll see. Sarvik said, yep, and you had mediums. Oh, man. Oh, no, Sarvik. That sounds very, very painful. Did you get anything cool about it? Out of it? Oh, you said nope. You joined in and killed the clans. Well, there you go. Then that's going to be your 2-to-1 advantage right there to actually take on the clans, and it actually sounds like it worked. Hopefully, you got some good salvage out of it, and you didn't lose too many mechs or pilots. That would definitely be a bummer. So here they are. They're starting to flank around one way or the other. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a 4th mech up here somewhere, but I'm not really sure where. So we're going to try to get Tank here in the Phoenix Hawk to jump out of cover up here. Can we only get 1? Not ideal. The question is, can we get the attention of 1 mech and do a thing? Not just yet. So we're going to keep reserving. They're going to get a little bit closer, most likely, and we'll deal with that. There's the 4th mech coming on up. Sarvik says the clans wrecked the Intersphere, but it was a good salvage. Nice. Yeah, because you can salvage the Intersphere stuff, which is nice too. Winwin said, and I had mediums too. Comstar beat the clans good. The Nightstar was rough. It ran an MRM 100. Oh, gross. That's impressive. That's pretty impressive. Not gonna lie, MRMs. I haven't run across them yet in game. in any of the mods that I've played to any extent, but at least in MechWarrior Online, they're very nice. And there's a Phoenix Hawk up here with all of its appendages. Chat, we might be in a bad situation. Oh, man. It's 50% down in armor, too, but it's doing all right. Well, let's go send the Steel Warrior over. We're going to move as much as we can, and we're going to zap it straight in the CT with our precision strike. We're going to try to put this mech down if we can. It's 100 potential damage rolling on in, and we'd be pretty short, but that'd be pretty darn good impacts. Unfortunately, we miss a lot. We do spread the damage around, but we are getting them unsettled. We are getting that damage in. And there's a Panther 9R PPC damage. Of course it hits. Golly.
I'm taking heavy hits.
Oh boy. Cyrex says ERPPC, Large Pulse, and Clan Endo were the big things. Clan Endo? I mean, I guess that makes sense. I didn't consider that was a thing. That's pretty darn cool.
Yep.
Let's see. We're going to get our own Phoenix Hawk over here. We could DFA. 49% chance, not the best situation. We're going to get nice and close and get some nice shots here. Boop, right up front. We're going to also precision strike right through the CT. Hopefully we can put this Phoenix Hawk down. We missed with a large laser. Come on, take care. At least I took the arm with most of the stuff on it.
That taste.
That'll work. That'll work out good. We can make that work for us. Another Panther 9R. The Pirates are rocking Cretan heraldry. Ugh, gross, gross, gross. Served cold. We're going to jump over here, getting into that nice cover. We're going to pivot on up, and we're going to shoot what we can again with a precision strike into this Phoenix Hawk. This mech has to go away. There it is. Finally opening some stuff up, but still, that is one beefy, beefy mech. And of course, they've got an Ostal 4D. Oh boy, using its basically Beagle Active Probe scenario. This thing is beat up though. We can probably rock this pretty quick. But again, large lasers, medium lasers. Golly, man. I have concerns. 2 Panthers as supports are going to make this difficult and very painful. Very, very, very painful. We have Data King up here. We're going to be able to jump down one more time, trying to get some good line of fire here on this Phoenix Hawk. We're all out. We're all out of precision strikes, so we're just going to have to go in and deal with it. Yeah, they have a heavy. No wonder the Taurians died. I've run an Ostal before in our pirate playthrough. It is a really, really good heavy for taking out medium mechs. Twin large lasers, 4 medium lasers, and it can punch stuff. It's really good. Right leg destroyed. There it is. It's going to be a pilot injury when it hits the dirt, pushing itself back. Panic level knockdown. Please eject. Please eject. Please. Oh, of course not. It's not. The Panthers back it up. They're going to shoot us right in the face. Oh, gosh. There it is. Straight to the TT on the phone. Yeah. Words are hard. PPCs are properly scary in BEX3025 with the new armor variants. Properly so.
Standing by.
We're going to send the Jenner over. Oh, man. This is not that great. Can we get... There you go. We're going to get at least 2 evasion pips, and we're going to get the bonus of cover for Forest, which is going to help. Hostiles are scary, man. Look at this. They're good switch hitters. They're really, really good switch hitters. But we're going to go for this. We got to put this Phoenix Hawk into the dirt permanently. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There it is. Pilot ejected. Good job getting the damage done. Woo! And there we go. The Jenner's getting ripped open. Not good. So here's the question. If we go after the Ostal, we could probably wreck it in 2 turns. But we're going to completely expose our backsides to these Panthers. So I think we're going to try to work ourselves back up this way, if and wherever possible. So we're going to jump up here a little bit. And we're going to get into the back arc. In fact, we're going to do it from cover because, you know, why not? It's a Phoenix Hawk. It's going to do crazy stuff. So here we go. All the way back up. We're going to shoot everything we have at the back of this thing. Oh boy. If we overheat, we have a good shot to do a lot of damage here. A really good shot because there's not that much, but I don't think we can kill this thing most likely with our spread. So we're going to turn off everything, and we're going to try to make this a multi-turn dealio. We'll see.
Roger.
Here we go, and we miss. We miss. We get the small laser, though, there. The backside is opened on up. Not too shabby. Hostiles coming back up. Oh, boy. Oh, man, all the pain. Hang in there, Jenner. We need all those parts. Oh, gosh, that torso's almost gone. That is really not ideal. Vindicator. Sure. Can we DFA? Yeah, it's a little better, but it's not great. It's not great. This one's got the SRM6s on it. So here we go. We're going to jump back here, getting all three of those chevrons to be yellow if we can. How far back can we go? Pretty far, actually. And no matter what we do, though, we can't get a direct line of sight or fire on it. So we're just going to back up here until we can get all three chevrons. There it is. Dropping all back. Oh, chat. I forgot. I forgot to take into account that the 120-degree symbol here does not always account for your firing arcs. Crap. Well, I guess we're going for the worst chance to hit over here on the Osel. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Affirmative.
PPC misses. Impact a few things. That was not great. That was a complete misplay on my part. Ick.
I await your command.
We're going to try this again over here. Yeah, we're going to do what we can to make this work. There we go. Point blank range, PPC, medium laser. Not that amazing, but we're going to go for it. Couple hits going in. Not really even that. Just some misses. That was a poor play.
This isn't going
Ladies
like
and gents,
Herman
buckle
said,
up.
is it?
This is going to be an adventure. It's going to be a wild ride. That Osel is painful. Panthers are going to shoot us in the back. Oh, man. Both sides of the Jenner are ripped open. We got to get this, got to get Steel Warrior out of here.
Aye,
Yeah. Yeah, we got to get Steel Warrior out of here for sure. Oh, man. We can't even run. We're too unsteady, so we can't run. Oh, that's not great. Can we get closer? We could. Sure. We'll be brave.
move.
We'll be very, very, very brave. We're going to go everything to CT. Oh, it's a poor chance that it's going to work, but we're going to go for it. Precision strike. Here we go. Get this Osel out of the picture if we can. Hang in there, Steel Warrior.
Targeting for an alpha
Oh my gosh, you only hit with 2. Come on. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh boy. Chat, we're making mistakes. 3.5 hours of sleep is not letting us be very successful with our tactics, but we're gonna do the best that we can here.
Yep.
Tank here. You're a little hot. Can we melee? Let's go do some melee. Let's do some heat.
Roger.
Let's punch a panther in the back that's already opened up. Come on, you can do it.
Physical attack.
There it is. Left arm, left torso destroyed. Baby, baby, baby. Small laser going in and missing. Doing some damage. Doing some damage. The CT on the back is almost opened up completely. To the point where probably one hit can kill, can get in there. But unfortunately, the PPC is still on up. Served cold. Here's the question. Yeah. Yeah, why not? We'll go for it. We'll try to continue to get this Osel taken down because we kind of need to. PPC and LRM-10. We're going to see what we can do to kind of sandblast this mech into oblivion. There we go. The legs are opened up. Unfortunately, it is still in one piece. The heat sinks keep being damaged, and it is panic. The pilot's panicking. That's not very helpful for us, though, at this particular moment. So, you know, we're going to get here the best chance to hit on everything. We're going to pivot as much as we can to protect our side, what little we can from this Panther back here, and launch everything we can again at this Osel. There it is. A lot of impacts. LRM-5 rolling on it again. Another heatsink destroyed, but it is still in one piece,
Critical hit.
and the pilot has not yet bailed. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's so much damage. And our Vindicator's in one piece. Oh boy. Okay. So that's a thing. We did a thing. Vindicator's doing all right. Everything's fine. This is fine. Yeah. Phoenix Hawk, I think we're just going to shoot in the back here. Honestly. Yeah, why not? We'll shoot out the back of this Panther. It'll be fine.
Take this.
Yeah, there we go. All sorts of damage rolling in, and boom, CT destroyed. Tank here getting the kill.
Gotcha.
Someone got toasted. Oh, baby.
Tanker says, pirate is also a popular term for Comstar. This is true. This is very true. Our Jenner is barely hanging on. Oh my gosh, those torsos are barely in one piece.
Commander.
Steel Warrior. Let's see. Do we have any? The back armor is not open, so we're gonna take this guy.
Awaiting orders.
We're gonna jump. No, we can't jump enough in there. We're gonna get up here and get at point blank range on the front and unload with everything we have with precision strike onto the CT. Here we go. There goes a torso, and some more head damage, some ammunition explosions, possibly, not really sure. And there they are. They're bailing on out towards the stratosphere. Oh yeah, that is what I'm talking about. We're gonna get some salvage pieces from that. Maybe it's pick 0 get 3, so we'll see.
Yes, Commander.
We're gonna take the SRM build. We're gonna get a little bit closer. DFA is not gonna be that amazing, but we're gonna get nice and close and do some damage. Bazat, bazat, bazat. SRM 6s, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh for days. Nice jack of all trades attempt at a mech. We'll see what happens. It could be good. It could be bad. Fingers crossed. Who knows? And not sure if chat is still functioning or not, ladies and gents, but we'll see. The last message I have here is from Tanker that says, pirate is also the popular term for Comstar. Hopefully things are going all right. If not, well, we'll tackle it. We'll work through it. So I'm just going to kind of go up here and go pew, 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 and see if that pops up just to make sure everything is still functioning all right. So here we go. As served cold, we're going to get a little bit closer. Trying to get that medium laser into some sort of range. The LRM-10 is not going to be well situated for this, but that's all right. There we go. Doing some more damage. Sandblasting some stuff away. Panthers are still dangerous. They're still very likely to get in here and wreck our mechs. Oh, boy. Going for the Vindicator. Big giant kick to the side of the mech. And it's in one piece. Tanker says, chat still works. We're just quiet. That's fine. No worries, man. With my connection, I wasn't quite sure, and I wanted to make sure it was all right.
Commander.
Oh, baby. Cool, cool, cool. We're going to get up here with Steel Warrior and continue to blast away on the side of this Panther. If we're lucky, it'll be good. So, oh, man, everyone in chat saying hello. Everyone's like, hello, hello, hello. Aw, yeah. Yep, still kicking, Craig says. Oh, baby. Just listening while doing things. I mean, I get it. Yeah, absolutely. That's how I usually spend my time. 100% here, doing all sorts of fun stuff on Twitch. Is mostly just lurking and listening while trying to multitask. Usually trying to feed the mini toast. We'll see how that goes. Large laser rocking on in, and we just can't cause parts to fall off this that well. I'm a little surprised. We're going to get up here and try to melee. Maybe we can knock some parts off with a big giant fist. There it is. Right arm, right torso destroyed. Oh, yeah. Pilot injury as well. And they're gone. Apparently, they do not like getting punched. Darius says we're good to go. And chat, I cannot thank you enough. That was a really good call to go for this mission. We got ourselves a fantastic payout for C-Bills, which is really, really helpful. I mean, we got a really good payout for that, especially in a time when we're, rocking 100 C-Bills. 100,000 C-Bills per mission. We got 620, which is pretty awesome. Our Jenner got wrecked pretty hard. Almost completely lost the torso and the arm, but it worked out. It's still attached. No worries there. Got some XP gain. We have an Oscil 4D part. That's really, really cool. And we got another Phoenix Hawk part, which is cool too. Another medium laser. We finally have 3, so we can at least replace some stuff when it pops up. Oh, it's hard to say. What else do they have in here? Valkyrie Qf, a Wasp. Not noticing anything super crazy, so yeah, my guess is the Taurians dropped not with a lot of good stuff here. A lot of Panthers, so they probably dropped with 2 Panthers on their side as well. But we're going to continue on here. Not too shabby. Where is our C-Bill count at? I believe it's above 1.5 million C-Bills at least, which is going to be good. And that'll be fantastic. Derp, 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 derp. That's the question, what we're going to end up at. Craig says, yep, kind of scary to go against 4 mechs with only an SRM4. No wonder he had the silk. Yeah. I mean, you got to be very brave. I think narratively speaking, it would be like, all right, what else is coming into the field, in the play field, from off stage, right? That would explain some of this stuff, but we'll see how it goes. 1.75 million C-bills, and we are 2 days away from getting more pilots for more missions. Not too shabby. But ladies and gents, I'm going to call the bonus stream there for today. I think that's all we can really do. I got to go dive in and help out with Mini Toast, a few things around the house. I got a chance to get in here and dive in and play and say thank you again for everyone that stopped on by. Thank you very much again, Sarvik, for the resub. I didn't show up through here, but I believe you. Thank you very much for that. It's fantastic. Good to see you again. Good to see you, Mr. Moon Prime. I mean, served cold, Craig, everyone else that's been driving through here and generally saying, hello, aka Cobalt, Tank Hair, Craig 0077, Seawolf, of course, and everyone else that's lurking around out there in the middle of the interwebs. Thank you very much. It's been an absolute blast. It's been a pleasure. I enjoy this so much. I'm going to try to get another bonus stream in on Friday, so look for that here on this channel on Friday in a few days, 4 days from now, in addition to the Sunday stream. We'll see how it goes. But as always, thank you very much for stopping on by, and I'll see you next time. Aw, yeah.